What's going on, Seawolves? You're watching USG Hot Takes. I'm your host, A.T. Bianco, and today I'm with Aleeza Kazmi. She's the multimedia editor of the Statesman at Stony Brook. Thank you for being with us today.
I'm really excited.
How are you with hot foods?
I'm okay. You know, I kind of have to hold my ground as a brown girl, but my grandma's usually disappointed in me, so it's between that range.
Okay, all right. Before we start, let our viewers know what year you are, what your major is.
Yeah, so I'm a senior journalism major. I will probably be going into marketing communication after graduation, but the end goal is documentary filmmaking. Will I ever get there? I don't know, but that's the goal. That's not bad.
So this one isn't that bad. How long have you been a part of the Statesman? You said you're the multimedia editor. What do you do as far as multimedia goes for them?
So I joined the Statesman kind of my freshman year, and then I dropped off for a bit, and I became assistant multimedia editor this time last year. Mm-hmm. So I think giving content that adds to the written content of the paper is really important. That's the goal of multimedia. Mm-hmm. It's give something that the readers can see the sources talking or hear their voice or see their face like that. But other than that, my usual day-to-day at the paper is just putting in photos for our online production, assigning photographers to go to sports games are really big, events, stuff like that. We also have a podcast that just came out that I'm really excited about. It's called Talk Newsy to Me. It's produced by one of my assistants, or she hosts it actually. And we basically just sit down with a group of college students and talk about a topic in the news, why it matters to us. Yeah, it's kind of what I do.
Do you have a favorite story you've ever been a part of or written?
I do actually. Well, I have two.
Okay.
You weren't here for this, but basically there was this hoax USG party that was running, and it was all memes, and they were getting so much traction.
So during the election?
During the election,
okay.
Yeah. And I thought it was hilarious. I was just obsessed with their Facebook page, so I wrote an article about it. And I was wow, this is really cool. That was the first article I ever wrote outside of classes, so that was really exciting, and it was just super funny and weird. And that's kind of how I got into writing about USG every once in a while. And then the other article, which is kind of my claim to fame, it's up on the wall of Bagel Express.
Really?
Yeah, because
okay.
I wrote a profile of this guy Burton Rocks, who he was a professor here in the business program. He does sports business, stuff like that, and he, I guess, is a big fan of Bagel Express. So he autographed my article, and it's on the wall of Bagel Express.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I always sit by it, and I'm you know who that is?
Yeah, I wrote
my
that.
byline, yeah.
That's funny. Do you get free bagels at least?
No.
Oh.
But I have a bagel card, so two more, and I think I get a free bagel.
Okay. One bite. So for this one, you could kind of taste the orange a little bit.
That's good,
It's not
actually.
that bad. It's got kind of a kick to it. Being a part of student media, what do you think can be improved upon when it comes to support and collaboration from the university?
Something that I've always talked about doing and then been told by professors that it'll just never happen is doing a state of a White House correspondence thing, kind of, but for the university.
Okay.
Where student journalists and the university media office and other university officials that we interview can kind of come together, not necessarily roasting or whatever, but sort of an informal setting.
To show the transparency.
All off the record, you know.
Okay, yep.
If I have a face and a voice to a media officer who I've only ever emailed a million times, I think it'll make the process a bit easier, more understandable. Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to that idea, what other things or other ideas have, say, you and your friends thrown around to, I guess, increase collaboration with higher ups in the university?
One of my good friends, Rebecca Leapson, who's the news editor, what she's tried to do a couple times and has been able to do is just kind of get coffee with someone who you want to eventually interview. All off the record, you just kind of want to get to know them. The same idea of just humanizing them, because I'm not saying that the university is comparable to Washington, D.C., but, Washington, D.C. journalists, they kind of do need to get on that informal setting with their sources.
And they form relationships and
exactly.
And kind of earn the people's trust in that sense.
Yeah.
As a journalist.
And it's a mutual trust, you know? We need them to trust us because at the end of the day, whatever you might hear on Twitter or whoever's saying it, like our goal at the end of the day as journalists is just to get the news and to get the story. It's not to, you know, get you, it's just to get the story. It's never our intention to make the university look bad. We never look for stories like that. Intentionally, it's just whatever comes to us or what we find.
So we're gonna move on to the third sauce.
Pain
Third
100.
sauce is called Pain 100%. Take a bite.
Clink.
Cheers.
Okay.
So, why did you pick Stony Brook?
That's a good question. So, little background story. My cousin came here. She was a year older than me, so you're going for the milk? I'm gonna fight it off. I think I can do one more.
Milk gets me through the show.
Yeah. So she came here in my senior year of high school. I came, went to some frat party, went to homecoming. I was like, college is great, I love it, but I hate Stony Brook. This campus is horrible, like the party was kind of whack, whatever. I applied to a bunch of schools, I get into a bunch, and then it kind of starts to dawn on me that I have to pay for this somehow. And so I start to panic, and then I come to the journalism like accepted students day. And I remember this so clearly. Like I walk into the newsroom of the library and I was like, oh, like I can see myself here. Like this is like a legit, like forget Stony Brook, forget the rest of it. The journalism school is really what got me here. Once I got here, I really did enjoy it. It took some time. I think everyone has an
Right,
adjustment
kind of they have to
period.
find their niche.
A lot of my friends are actually journalism majors, which like at first I was kind of like, no, I need to like spread my wings, but I think there's something about people who want to be journalists that just makes them click with each other. Like we have the same gritty sense of humor. We're all like very vile. Actually, like newsroom, like we always say if we ever had an HR person in the Statesman, we would get shut down in a second. Like we just make like the worst jokes towards each other. But it's really always a fun time.
So we're gonna move on to the fourth sauce.
Okay.
This one's called Da Bomb. It's Beyond Insanity. So napkins ready, water, milk ready.
Okay.
Let's get to clinking. There it is. I'm gonna pay for that second bite.
Oh yeah, I was like, why are you going in for another one? Oh god. That's also just like, that doesn't taste good.
Nope, not at all.
I'm sorry. Oh, I hope the creators of the bomb never see this, but you guys get no Yelp review, no Yelp stars. Okay. Oh my, I'm gonna bite into this, like I need a taste out of my mouth.
She took a bite of another wing.
Just to get the taste out. Okay. I'm like full on crying right now. Okay, oh no, it's in my eye.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, I hope
It's
so.
fine. It's fine. I like cannot see. Okay.
What are some roadblocks that you've ran into, say, while reporting on campus?
I have respect for every major, and I always say like I can't do what you do, you can't do what I do. But student journalists, like we're doing a job that really is only possible between 9 and 5, like business hours. You know. Last semester, I had class and work between 10 a.m. and like 5 p.m. pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So I would have to take time off of work. Like I work on campus, so
It's hard. You kind of have to live a double life almost, you know?
because other majors can maybe stay up writing a paper until 3 a.m. or like, you know, study in the library all night. And while I can like write an article during that time in order to actually get the material for the article, I need to do it during the day. Dude, is my makeup all over my face? Like,
Oh, no, you look great.
Thank you. Okay. This is the hardest thing I've ever done as a student journalist. This
Really?
show, yeah. Oh.
Talking while eating hot wings.
Oh my god, dude. I'm in pain. You know, I actually don't like milk, but this is like the best thing I've ever
Yeah,
had.
it's
so
it
nice.
coats the mouth.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so last sauce, Mad Dog 357. It's pretty
Okay.
intimidating. This sauce will blow you away. We're gonna get right to it. I'm going to regret this.
I think I will.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you think? Is it actually gross? Wow.
Yeah, these aren't like, they don't taste good. feel like I've cheated. I've like taken baby bites, but.
You gotta survive.
Yeah.
So,
Why don't
to
these
conclude,
taste good?
if you can improve one thing for women in this country,
Oh God. Okay.
what would you improve on and why?
How do I make life as a woman better? Wow, that should have been question number 1. We just talked about the whole time.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'm like trying to figure out how to say this. While also burning on the inside. Do your ears pop? Like that's like what my ears are popping. I don't know
Popping.
why.
That's a new one. My ears usually don't pop.
I don't know if it's because like I'm not breathing. I don't know. Okay.
We need a medic in here. She's not breathing.
I'm not breathing. Slowly dying. Okay. Like, so I'm a feminist. I mean, I am. So I think when I try to explain to people who aren't feminists why they should be or what the goal is, they just think it's about like man hating or, you know, I think it's lost on people that we just want to be where you at. Like, we just want to be equal, you know? And then once we're equal, we can talk about dominating. No, I'm kidding. But I went to this really interesting talk, actually. Let's root it in some, like, academia, right? So...
Rooting everything on hot takes in academia.
Yeah, that's how we do
quote
it.
You on that.
So I went to this talk. It was through the Provost Lecture Series last semester. This woman, Dr. Richards, I forgot her last name, I'm sorry. She's from another university. She talked about how there are these, like, social... constructs and things that we don't even realize are impacting us and how we behave, whether you're a man or a woman. So it's whether how you are perceiving someone or being perceived. The way that I am treated in life and the way that I treat others is an influence of all these other things that I don't even consider, you know? So, you know, when I'm talking to someone and they're like, oh, this woman was complaining that, like, she wasn't treated fairly, but I didn't see it. And I'm like, well, you don't understand because you're not in her shoes. And like the person who's mistreating her maybe doesn't even realize they're doing it, you know? So there are all these sorts of things that we just don't even realize are playing into how we behave between gender, between race, between all these other, you know, different class systems that we have. I don't know if that really answers the question, but basically, like, I think becoming aware of how we were brought up, what we were taught, what makes us us will help us interact with other people better, whether, like I said, as women or whoever.
Thank you for going into that in depth and kind of giving me a look on how not only you as a journalist think, but like just you as a woman in general think. So thank you for being with us today.
Thanks
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. So we kind of went through all 5 of the sauces, tortures ourselves, but we got a great interview out of it for our watchers. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and have a good one, Seawolves. Knuckles,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
doing this with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Dude, this is crazy.
Hey, what's up, Seawolves? Thanks for watching that last episode. If you want to see more episodes, check us out on our YouTube channel at SBUSG. Thanks for watching.